So this is the making of video for Dale, our thriller movie, first project.
Yes. First, we wanted to make it very, very, very cinematic.
Yes, ultra cinematic. And the idea was actually not to have a thriller or a scary movie,
Mm-hmm.
a horror movie, because we did that already.
We wanted something different.
Yes. My idea was first of all having like a more yellowish tone, positive video, like a really good one. I had the song, everything, but it was snowy outside, and we didn't have any other place to film inside. So we thought, what better way than film in Dale, inside one of the huge buildings, because it's scary, and we didn't think about the exposure, but we had lights.
In my opinion, the first step that we made, the big step,
Big leap, yeah.
was having contact with Dale,
Yeah,
the guy.
yeah. I
Talk
called
about
him.
How was it? I was impressed actually.
Yeah, I just called him up. I was like, "Hey, we're from Vågen. We want to film a thriller." I mean, he was very nice. He was like, "Yeah, selvfølgelig." I thought he had to contact the school first or anything like that. He was like, "No, just come here on whatever day you want, and we'll give you the code for the doors."
Yes.
Yeah, it was very great.
And when Rafael told me that, I just
Then it was
released-
on. Yeah,
I was like, okay, this is
it's
serious.
getting serious.
It's getting seriously then.
The thought behind the clothes were that Nathan was gonna have, or Adam was gonna have, a red jacket or some sort to signify like danger. I tried to think it out as much as possible, but we when we're gonna film the first day in Nathan's house, where they drink tea, Kevin brought a shirt for Jake, and it turned out to fit Nathan much more. And then since that time, I thought like it's much better if we focus on Jake having the darker tones, and just Nathan having the darker tones and Jake having the lighter tones.
Yes.
And you can see it very well in the tea scene. You see how Jake has like this pinkish tone to his side. The wall is white, everything, his t-shirt, his hair is orange too, so it just fits. And Jake having this darker with deep blues, and the whole scenery, everything behind him is like grayish and brownish, so it fits very well. You see it like kind of signifies which person is the more dangerous one in the scene. We decided to film the film in HLG, profile picture,
Yes.
which flattens out the image and saves up a lot of the blacks and whites, so you can in post-production make it look more colorful and better. But we didn't take into account the fact that you have to have a lot more light or higher ISO.
Yes. We just recorded scenes like different days.
Yeah, we didn't have it in order because of both weather, and it was much better to go film at Nathan's house on a Sunday when we knew his mom would be away and it'd be perfect. So we just kind of went by that type of schedule, and first scene is what waking up in class.
Yes, at class. It was on a Friday, Thursday, I think. Was very easy.
Yeah, it was.
But
it was easy, but we got to see the first hints of how
Yes,
complicating it
yes,
can be with the phone call and
it was we had a problem with the microphone. You remember? We were almost done.
yes, and we had to redo the whole thing.
Yes, because we
But
had
I mean,
a problem with the sound.
It's nice we learned stuff like that pretty early on. Scene 2 was pretty easy. That was the easiest one in my opinion, because it was outside, pretty fast clips. We filmed on the road. Kevin with the gimbal. I stood behind the bus stop with the microphone. Basement scene. That was the most complicating part of the whole filming. We were there for many hours. Poor Nathan. He didn't have his first scene until late in the filming.
Yes.
So he was just running around the building doing whatever and helping around with the lights and stuff. But we took care of a lot of things.
On the gear we had the big battery.
Yes, so my dad had a homemade battery pack that we used, and it wasn't waterproof. And if the cables touched, the whole battery pack would explode. So we would have to carefully put the wires next to each other and have something in the middle so they don't touch. And
to have lights inside.
Yes, to have lights inside. And surprisingly, the battery held up. It never went out.
No.
We filmed for hours and hours. And that was very nice, but still, It was a lot. It's a big hassle with the battery.
Yes.
You had to transfer the battery if you were filming upstairs or anywhere else, and
We had to put all the lights, like
cables.
Us too.
Yeah, because we knew how to operate them. And when he wakes up and pukes, that was when we got there. There's this nice guy in Dalit that gave us plastic bags to put everything on. It's a dirty place, but yeah, the first scene was a bit challenging with the lights, but when we got the hang of it, it was pretty nice. I really liked the vomiting shot, where we put the light in front of him, so you only see the outline of his body and the outline of the puke. You don't have to see that it's water. Another challenging one was we're filming him walking towards the hallway, towards out the door. It was pretty dark, focusing problems, and had to move the light. There was a lot of testing back and forth, but filmed that one, and then came my favorite shot, of course. Him running
2 seconds.
Yes.
No, in the
Just like 4 seconds max of him running through the hallway, but it took over an hour setting it up.
Yes, because of the lights.
We put
right?
lights in each window throughout the hallway, and yeah, we had to move the battery pack, had to move everything, and then
because we wanted, like, when nothing runs.
Yeah, we want the light, his face to appear and disappear.
Yes.
So it's kind of like extra scary. You see him getting closer, like almost like teleporting. You don't see him run as much. The next day we started on the action scene, which is probably that's my favorite scene.
Oh yes.
Him running through the hallway was just
it was
perfect.
It was the most funny one.
Yeah, adrenaline. Like when we got it, you just put the clip where we're screaming like, yes, we fucking got it. We had this one guy, Jake knew, just appeared, and it was perfect because we needed someone to control the light, close it slowly at the end of the hallway so it looks like it's natural light, not just a work light beaming through the hallway. Yeah. So as Jake is running slowly throughout there, he's tilting the camera, he's panning it to the side so it creates less light and makes it look more natural, so that when he runs throughout the door, it looks like it's sunlight. We had Nathan stand up on a ledge holding a light to imitate a window, so we have some motivation from there and the other side, and Jake sprinting through the metal doors full power. Kevin with a camera. Oh, and there, what we did, something interesting I thought of, was if we film with a gimbal for the first scenes, to imitate a sense of control, that he's still curious, like, I mean, he has energy and he's like weirded out, but it's not like dangerous yet. And when you switch the action scene, that contrast of just pure shakiness in the camera and full chaos going on, it's perfect in my opinion. And I was of course running with the boomstick, the fucking shotgun mic behind
me.
Yeah, it was pretty chaotic. We did like 7 tries, and at the last try it was perfect.
So we all of us were doing something at that time.
Yeah, that was the biggest shot.
It was challenging because of the door, the metal one that makes sounds.
Yeah, it's easy to get snagged.
Almost hits me.
Yeah,
because it was behind.
It slams and it comes back.
Yes,
at the same speed.
And I was
almost
with the camera, and I have to
run around it almost.
Run as fast as Jake. And follow him with the camera, looking where I'm filming, right?
Yeah.
And I had to do it very many times.
After we shot that action scene, we were really hyped. We had much energy. So we ran outside with a battery pack and set up lights in the windows,
because we needed
the motivation for the light in the first place.
Yes,
because it makes sense that he's running through the hallway because he sees the light. He sees opportunity. So here's a light. So when he turns his head around instantly, it's because he sees the light and he knows that's the exit.
And because we needed more light actually.
It was pretty dark. It was pretty dark. And we just put 2 lights in. We didn't use light boxes because it was a bit windy. We didn't want them to fall over. I was pretty paranoid about that, so I stacked a bunch of stuff on the legs.
Through the windows.
Yeah, through the windows. Kevin had a brilliant idea of filming it from below because it was too dark filming from above, him running up the stairs. So it's perfect because you also see him smashing into the wall full force.
Yes. From
the action scene. He's still really stressed out. And Kevin films that scene. We also filmed upstairs where he's running
And since-
upstairs, banging on the wall.
Since it's an action scene, you I feel like you have to have more cuts.
Yeah, it has to be more not entertaining, but he has more aggressive. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then he runs up, and then that's where we encounter our first big problem was time. That's something I regret. We should have disponated our time better. The movie was supposed to go on for a bit longer. He was supposed to run, calm down, and then walk into the yellow room and be weirded out. Because now it's like we had to cut it short, so we're basically him sprinting, and then he's like in this yellow room slowly walking suddenly.
Yes.
That's my biggest regret actually. But other than that, I'm pretty happy how it turned out. Especially the action scene in the yellow room. Most challenging shot has to be.
Yes.
It was the
It was
complete
Okay, first of
drainage
all-
of emotion. It was emptiness at the
First
end.
of all, it was the last one. We were super tired.
Yeah,
Nathan
Nathan's
was-
smashing bulbs, fucking freaking out.
Nathan was super
Yeah, bored.
tired
He was
and
bored and
bored.
tired. He had
And
been there for 5 hours
with-
without
with
being in the
Jake,
scene.
And Rafaels and me were outside putting the lights under the drain.
Yeah, we took the battery pack outside,
Yes.
and as soon as we take it outside, Kevin goes in to check how the lights look from inside, and I call him, bro, it's raining. He sprints out, we put jackets on top, and then the brilliant idea of putting everything in a bag
Yes.
came, and then we put the battery pack so nothing breaks and tied it up, and the lights were waterproof, those ones,
Yes.
the aperture ones, so it was no problem. And then we went inside, everyone's wet and cold, but we filmed it.
We had the problem with the focus.
Yeah, it was
With,
too dark,
with
even with the
Jake.
lights.
It was too
dark.
It was too dark for the camera to focus. And we tried many times.
Yellow Room's actually in the same story, the same level as the when the action scene starts. In the hallway where Nathan's running
Yes.
towards Jake, if Nathan were to run and to the right, that's where the yellow room actually was. And yeah, we just did a simple cut, and since it's dark in the hallway upstairs and it's dark downstairs too, it fit perfectly. Nathan was supposed to be more plastered up against the wall so that it gives this feeling of that he was waiting for him actually. That's the original idea. Jake was supposed to run up there and think he's all safe, and he would be weirded out by this yellow room. He walks in and he turns around and Jake's been waiting for him in there.
After that scene, after shooting that day, we went to holidays. It was juleferie.
Yes.
After, when we came from holidays, we had to shoot more scenes, those outside in Dale, and it was just one day.
It was supposed to be 2, but Jake got sick, so we couldn't
Yes.
film him getting off the bus. We filmed him on the bus. The bus driver almost
Yes.
drove without us with just
Yes.
Jake on it. We had to reshoot him getting on the bus. And then we shot just on the bus, just simple close-ups of his face. We're supposed to give this feeling that he's still thinking about his girlfriend while we show what's about to come, the scary buildings, everything. We're just supposed to, I'm trying to create like atmosphere before we're there already, so that when we come there, we're kind of similar. We know what's gonna come. And then we see the actual buildings. We decided to shoot lower, so we create like this feeling of power from the buildings. And the two trees play a big part. It's very nice. They create this symmetry.
We wanted to make it together, right? So we
Yeah.
just find out that Premiere has
A team project
team
setting
project
or a
project yes,
mode.
where you can collaborate with someone and work together in the same project. And at the beginning, it was it was kind of hard to make it.
We had the problems with the linking media.
We have the scene inside the house. It was completely done, and I had to make it again because we had to make a new team project. Because we had problems with the first one, so we had to make another
you have media missing, and then you press post. You publish it, and then it
Yes.
changes for the other guy, and then the
Yes.
whole thing
It
just
was
got
bugged.
corrupt. Yeah, it was because of OneDrive actually, because yeah, we wanted to both have the whole project on our own drives, not on the PC, so we can do it anywhere.
Yes.
And it worked eventually. I could do it
Yes,
on the school PC, my home PC.
But we learned about how to make a team project.
Yeah, we learned a lot about scratch
With
scratch
Premiere.
discs,
Yes, with
where to
about.
save everything, and proxies, of course. Proxies made it a lot
Yes,
easier
it
to
was
edit.
our first time using proxies.
First time for a lot of things actually.
Yeah.
HLG, proxy, team project, lights. Then we had a lot of sound effects.
Yes.
A lot of ambience with the radios in the background to create, so it's not so dead,
We
silent.
use epidemic sound.
Yeah, we bought a subscription. Another big thing I regret about the movie is we should have given better hints to the fact that 1 cup has a lot of sugar and 1 cup has poison. I think that I should have had a close-up of the box of sugar or something to just tell the audience that here he's putting a lot of sugar and here he's putting pills, because it's kind of hard to spot the pills too. I mean, you see him in the tea can. Thought behind the plot is like a loop. We have the beginning is where we see him making the tea ready. The tea at the end of the movie signifies that this is a loop, that he's going for his next victim. He's creating tea for the next person.
Talking more about post production. What we use were clipping the videos. We had to synchronize the audios with the videos. Sometimes it was very easy, sometimes I had to make it manually. Fixing the audio gain.
Yeah, there was a lot of difference in the sound.
I add some reverb effect to some audios. We just have audio effects.
A lot of audio effects, and yeah, the music was great.
What we did to make the film look.
I mean, we did it as optimal as possible. We put the lights, we had shadow side for the faces, so the light is lighting from behind. There's a lot of cinematography going on there. We had it creates for a pretty ominous look on Nathan's face. We have light coming from the kitchen. That was the motivation for the light, but the light was actually right beside him on a low level, a huge light box.
And with Jake.
And Jake will use the small light in the background as
Yes.
motivation. And we had an even bigger light with a bigger light box.
Yes.
It was pretty nice because it lit up Jake's side like
And of course we used
innocent.
the 180 grades rule.
Yeah, we kept both the cameras and the lights on one side.
Yes.
We didn't just film it face front. We filmed it from side angles. We have what's called foreground.
With depth.
We used their
was
hairs
very-
for a foreground and shadow side for depth in the video. As long as the lights and behind Nathan's head, you see the light, which creates for like, it's perfect. It's like warping around his face. It looks very nice.
And how can I forget it? Very important one. I was very obsessed with it. The ratio.
Yes.
The ratio.
The ratio. Oh, the ratio. Very important. Cinematographic
It makes it.
ratio.
Yes, it was the 235 one ratio.
Yeah. And we use the monitor
Yes.
so we can see the finished ratio on the screen, so we don't have to think how it's gonna look. We can just see if everything's in frame and we're good.
We did a bit of color grading too.
Just move the blacks down, whites a bit up. We actually changed the blacks to like a bit of a gray, very dark gray, to remove all the noise, almost all of it. It made the video look a bit grayer, but we just fixed it with LUTs, and honestly I think it's a very great fix compared to how it looked. Yeah, I think the music did a lot of work too. It carried a lot.
Yes,
It created the atmosphere a lot.
Not the music, like just the sound itself.
Yeah.
Whatever, music, dialogue, effects.
Very important.
Makes everything.
Post-production, very important.
And then at the end with the credits.
Kevin took all the credits in design. Made it very nice. Nathan was a living tripod for Kevin when we were filming him walking throughout Dale.
Yes.
I wanted to show the audience where he's going if they didn't get it until then. Just show them Tuesday. And yeah. Peace out, guys. So nice making a movie. Hope everyone love it.